Today, we're gonna do a get ready with me. My friend is getting married today. I'm gonna show you my wedding guest makeup look. Let's jump into it. I love these. Starting off, I already put on some Tatcha moisturizer and I did my eyebrows with the e.l.f. brow pencil and Anastasia brow gel. We just had to get that out of the way before we started this video. I have some Rhode glazing milk in this little travel bottle. Prepping the skin with that. I've been watching so many videos on wedding makeup and wedding guest makeup. I just absolutely love the opportunity to do a full glam look and really experiment with the makeup. I know that the base is very important, so I want to make sure the skin is super hydrated. Foundation. I am going to use this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. I almost bought a different foundation for this because I knew I wanted a full coverage base. This is a little old. I've had this probably a couple of years and I forgot about it and I stopped using it, and then I was actually blown away. I did this exact same look yesterday for the welcome dinner. I was really impressed with this foundation and I loved how it looked, so I'm glad that I kind of went back and started using what I had rather than buying new. My friend told me about this thing. I think it's called Project Pan Project or Project Pan. And it's basically where you use up the makeup that you already have. We are dipping it in with my Scott Barnes brush, number 68, and then starting the swirl. I'm gonna cover this. I wanna go pretty heavy with the foundation and just avoiding the under eye area. I definitely haven't been wearing a lot of foundation the past couple of years. If anything, I would do some e.l.f. Halo Glow, but I forgot how good like a full coverage base is. Because my hair is already done, I kind of have to work around the forehead a little bit. You can always add more hairspray. The key to makeup is blending, blending, blending. So just want to make sure everything is super blended out. Next up, concealer. I've been really loving this Tower 28 concealer. It's like a serum, so it's a little more wet. I still feel like I get really good full coverage with it. This shade isn't super light, so I'm gonna go in with another concealer just to brighten. I like to make a little triangle shape and then bringing it up on the sides here. Going very heavy-handed because I want this makeup to last me for hours. Tapping that in to blend it out. It's still a little bit tacky on the inside of my eye. I'm gonna go in with that second concealer. Funny story about this concealer. My friend who's getting married actually gave me this concealer probably like 10 years ago in high school. Like I said, we are using what we have and it's actually perfect for brightening. It's a little bit lighter than this, so I'm just gonna put a tiny dab. It's very thick. This one's like super thick and creamy. Complete opposite formula. Kind of on the inner corner just to brighten this up. I love how this looks. It brightens up the eye so much. And then I'm gonna put a little bit on the top of the eyelid because I'm gonna use it kind of as a primer to make sure the eyeshadow lasts. And then I like to come right down, straight down next to my nose and then make that triangle out. Should we do a little more? Is it looking bright enough? Whoop, that was a lot. This is definitely probably a little expired for how old it is. This is probably my favorite step, the bronzer and the cheek. I'm gonna start with this Rare Beauty. It's actually concealer in this shade 460W. Back when Rare Beauty came out with their contour sticks, I think they were all sold out and they wanted to try Rare Beauties. I bought this concealer and just made it into a contour. It is super pigmented though and very dark, so I just use a little bit on the cheeks and the forehead. I'm gonna keep this in a super straight line right under my cheekbone, but like basically on it. I want it to be kind of lifted, so I just tap and keeping that product right where I put it so it stays super sharp, and at the end we're gonna have such a chiseled effect. And then same thing here, I'm just gonna blend it up and out into that hairline. We can keep the forehead warm. And then I'm gonna take a little bit right under the jawline. I'm gonna try and go light here so it doesn't look like muddy. Do you like to do a little under whatever's left on the brush just to define that jawline? This is Scott Barnes brush 65. Okay, like I just feel like this is where the makeup just starts to come to life. Then I'm gonna set this, the Estate bronzer, Cocoa Pressed bronzer. I go heavy-handed with this, just going into that pot, and then same thing, just layering it right on top of where we put that cream product. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It looks so warm and it just smooths out the skin with the powder. Same thing, setting up top where we went. I don't know what it is. I don't even have any glow or anything on, but I just feel like it makes your skin so glowy. Like it might look a little dark or like not blended on camera, but it just looks smooth in person. This is, I think, a little bit different than how some people do it, but I go in with my powder next before I do my blush. I have this Givenchy Prism Libre. It's like the 4 colored powder. And this comes with a little circular powder puff. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. one because I feel like I like the shape of this one better to really get in on that eye. Tapping it and then getting really close into that corner like this. Just starting to dab it out so we can set that under eye and smooth all that cream product out and really make sure that it's in place. And this gives just such a nice blurred under eye. I'm gonna go in with more. I just feel like this is so good. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more, pop her in where we just did, underneath where we just did this contour. Sharpen down here so we have that really defined line. Now we're gonna go with the blush. I've been using this Say blush in the shade Baby. It's like the lightest pink, and it's honestly a little subtle, but I really take on my powdered blush when I go over it, so that kind of gives me a lot more pigment. But I like to go in with this just for like the nicest subtle glow to the cheek before I go on with like the pigmented part. And this is Scott Barnes 64. You can see it kind of starts to introduce it, and then I go in and set this. But I have 3 Say blushes. I also have Flirty and Chilly. My powdered blush is a little more coral. And when I put on the blush, I've been trying to be more cognizant where I place it. So I really focus right here at the apple, and then I do blend it up, and I do blend it like in and under, so it blends with that under eye, but I go the darkest right here. Like I like to keep this peak the darkest of where the blush is, so it kind of fades. This blush, Violet Voss blush in Peachy Perfect. I got this a couple of years ago in an Ipsy glam bag. I don't even think they make it anymore, but when I tell you, this blush is so good. I reach for it every time. Like every single day I'm setting my blush, no matter what blush I have underneath, with this. It's just so gorgeously pigmented and lasts so long. I love this blush. Again, kind of focusing the main pigment right here and then bringing it a little under. Sometimes like the top on the nose a little. We can bring it back up where we put that bronzer just so it all kind of melts together. We're gonna go to eyes. I've been really loving this eye look. I just started doing a winged liner and I'm kind of obsessed. Hopefully it went really well yesterday. I'm hoping we can do it again today. I'm gonna use my Tati Beauty palette. I know this is also, I think, like a discontinued palette. I just do not know what I would do without this palette. It is my holy grail eyeshadow palette. Scott Barnes number 62. It's kind of this like fluffy brush. Honestly, you could follow like any neutral color in the palette that you have. Again, Project Pan, use what you have. So going in with this Soothe color first. It's like this light brown shade, little tan, so tapping that off. And then I'm just gonna sweep this kind of all over. Like this is gonna be the base for our look. And I like to do these little circular swirlies kind of first right on the eyelid, and then we're gonna take it up and just keep swirling kind of this up an angle. Circulars, we're gonna buff it out in the crease, and we're gonna buff it out above the crease. We're gonna go almost up to that brow bone, stopping right underneath it, like right here. But we're blending and we are blending and we are blending until there is no line and we just have a nice tan eye base. Same thing on this side. Just swiping it through. Lid, crease, and above the crease. And again, I'm gonna go pretty heavy-handed on this. I feel like I'm not going heavy-handed enough. We want this to last. We're looking like this. Next, we're gonna go in with Ritual, which is this dark brown. And then instead of going all over, I'm just gonna stay in the inner quarter and the crease and then up here. So just like the outer half of the eye and keep it in that little triangle so we can get some definition into that corner. So kind of going straight to that corner and then out and up. Everything I do is this little circular motion. That's just constant blending. I can bring it in that crease just to give it some definition, but I'm just going right over the same spot. And it looks maybe a little dark now, but once you have the wing and the lashes, it's gonna be perfect. Same thing on the other side. And this is where we're at. This to me is the chef's kiss part of the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with this Aurora color. I'm gonna take my finger, I'm gonna be heavy with it, and I'm just gonna go inner corner to like mid-eye where we stopped that brown, right here to here. It's gonna brighten the eyes up so much. It looks so good. And then just popping that in the middle, like you can just see how much that brightens the eye. Any like super pale ballet pink will be perfect for this. I'm popping her in. You can see the difference. She just comes to life with this. I think it can sometimes be scary to have such a dark brown and then go in with the light color, but it really does go well together. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I am gonna put on fake lashes, but I'm gonna put on mascara first. I have to tell you guys, this e.l.f. Lash and Roll, I haven't been this blown away with the mascara in literally years. I feel like I haven't had a go-to mascara. I've gone with whatever I just picked up at the store, trying out different mascaras, and they all were like good, but nothing where I was like, oh my gosh, like I will be repurchasing it. This is so good. This, I'm literally speechless. It lifts It doesn't clump, but it gives such good volume. I'm obviously putting on fake eyelashes today, but most days I'm not, and I just feel like this gives such a good lift, such good separation, and it's really controllable. I feel like I mean, sometimes I get a little bit on my eyelid, but for the most part, I feel like it has really good control and not getting super messy behind, and it just gives me the most beautiful length and spiky eyelashes. This is just a couple, like you saw though, like literally just a couple of coats, and I feel like when people do this with mascara, I never believe them. And I've never had that work for me. This is the mascara for my eyelash type. Like it works so well, and it's really cheap too. I think it was like $6. This is so good. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do the eyeliner. I forgot to do the eyeliner, you guys. Oh no, I'm stressed. Okay, let's do the eyeliner and then come back to this because now I'm stressed. See, I literally don't usually do eyeliner, so I forgot. And yesterday I mixed Ritual and Memory. So I did the brown and black. Today I'm just gonna do black because I like how it looked, but oh my gosh, I really hope that I can do it now. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna flick it out towards like the very edge of my eyebrow and kind of keep it thin and out, and then I'm gonna go up top and then line up top. Now it's gonna be a lot harder because I have my eyelashes done. Okay, so I'm going up top to outline it. Okay, I would like for it to be a little like sharper, but we can come back and maybe clean that up. I'm gonna do the lashes and then at the end we can clean up, because I think when I have the lashes on, I'll have a better idea of what needs to be touched up. I definitely would have liked to have done that before the mascara. I'm not gonna lie, I threw out the packaging. I'm not sure what brand these eyelashes are, but I wore them yesterday and I loved them. They already came pre-cut, so they're just the outside of the eye. They're just the corner. They're the perfect amount of wispiness. I'll put what brand they are in the description box. I loved how these looked yesterday. So I'm gonna pop these right on the corner. I just thought these gave the most gorgeous, sultry cat eye. Here are the eyelashes. We're almost done. We're at like finishing touches now, which is very fun. I'm gonna do the lip and then finishing touches because the lip is so good. I'm kind of obsessed with this lip combo. I'm gonna start with the NYX liner in Downtown Beauty. It's like a dark brown shade. Sometimes I feel like this lip liner does give chocolate milk mustache. I think with everything, it comes together. I'm gonna start just lining the lip. It's definitely dark, but we're gonna kind of like cover it and go back. Doesn't have to be like super perfect, but line the lips. Then, oh my gosh, there's like nothing, no label left. This nude pencil, I stay loyal to my makeup, but it's this nude lip pencil. And we're gonna go just like all over. Focusing on the center. I just think this is so good. Then I'm gonna go back with my pencil just on the very, very edge again. And then last, I'm gonna top it with Summer Fridays in Brown Sugar. And then when you put on your lip gloss, a little trick, you wanna lift up and out. If you wanna like make your lips look full, you wanna push it out to highlight in the right areas. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving this makeup look. Last few final touches. It is very broken, but this Rare Beauty highlighter in Auxiliary, and I'm just gonna go under my brow bone and highlight in here. It's super pigmented, but I just love bringing that. And then I like to just clean up kind of right underneath, making sure that's nice and highlighted, really in that spot right there. And then I'm gonna put a little tiny dot on the tip of my nose. I'll enter just with my finger. I'm gonna take also just a teeny tiny bit on the inner quarter of my under eye. Just right in there. I think it just like brightens and opens your eye. Same brush that I did for the liner. I'm just gonna smudge the teeniest, tiniest bit under now. And I don't want it to look like a defined line, so I really wanna smudge this out. I will be crying today, so I also need this to not be running. I just know, like, I've only been to 2 weddings before this wedding, and I got emotional, and I know watching like my childhood friend get married, I'm definitely gonna be emotional. On top of that, 3 of my childhood friends are singing in the wedding. I'm not gonna be able to keep it together. Sometimes if it looks too concentrated, I'll take that same fluffy brush and squeeze it and kind of blend it that way so we don't have so much of a fine line. Last but not least, I'm gonna add a teeny tiny freckle on the nose. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And just dab that out. Brush up these eyebrows one more time. This is the final makeup look. I just love how it's been coming out. I feel like this technique and these techniques have been so fun. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram so you can see the wedding pictures. Don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.